El día de hoy tenemos el
So,
gusto de
question
platicar con
number
Javier
one,
Mata.
what is your professional background, Sung?
So I have around 2 decades of experience in areas like organization development, human resources, and consulting, including management consulting. The majority of my career has been in tech, however. I've lived in 5 different countries, and I think I've worked with around 30 different countries throughout my career. I also co-founded a startup. It was a great learning experience. It's now defunct. It failed. And I really think of it as, I had to pay my way through getting something equivalent to an MBA. Academically, I also have a doctoral degree in education where I focused on leadership development, a master's degree in industrial organizational psychology, and a bachelor's degree in psychology. I have been a part-time professor teacher. I still do that. And I teach courses like management and human resources.
Question number 2, can you share a little bit about what you do and what a typical day for you is like?
I like this question, but one of the things that I love about my job is I don't have a typical day. I never know what's going to happen. So as VP of People Operations at Wizeline, which is my current job, I view Wizeline really as a talent company. We enable our own talent as well as the communities that we are in by providing education and jobs. So my job is very varied. I work on anything from building our special culture and working with engineers, project managers, etc., to enable people to understand and continue and sustain our culture, which is about inclusion, transparency, building communities, and being entrepreneurs. 2, developing best practices for hiring, coaching, developing talent, and then working on our various business strategies and plans for sustainable growth because we have really high growth plans. What I love about my job is every single day is different. I have plans and goals and metrics that we are working towards, but then there's always something that's unexpected because my job is really focused on people, and people, you never know what's going to happen. So one day I could be coaching a manager on a situation, or designing or facilitating a learning program for leaders, planning employee experience, activities and projects with my team, or interviewing potential future talent, including executives for the company.
Question number 3, how does your background help you when you are working with your team at Wizeline?
So I actually recruited myself to Wizeline because I thought that it was a perfect place where I could take my experience and my interests and do something that was really meaningful. We're a global product development company. We help our clients solve their biggest challenges with a design approach and technology. So I think my international experience and the fact that I really appreciate working in tech and with engineers, as well as my consulting background, is all relevant to the work that we do at Wizeline. So as an example, my people operations team, and I call them people operations instead of human resources, because we really want to make sure people are not treated as resources, but they are integral to the company. But anyway, my people ops team adopts agile and UX design principles into our work. We collaborate very closely with our employees, including engineers from different departments, before we implement a new policy or a practice. And we're constantly iterating and improving our practices. And this is how we work with our customers. First, we understand their businesses, and then we develop products and solutions that work for them.
Okay, question number 4. What is your view on women and men working besides one another?
Oh, I think that's kind of a funny question. I think it should be natural. I mean, it's been happening for a long time since humans have been around, that men and women have been working next to one another.
Question number 6. Many women in the tech industry have felt their gender has affected the way that they are perceived or treated. Have you ever been in a situation like that? How did you handle it?
I can certainly understand this because the simple fact is that the tech industry has far more men than women, historically. So I have to say that I've been very lucky that I've been working with leaders who have treated me exceptionally well, men and women. However, I do help resolve situations in which people were not always behaving professionally. The way we handle this, though, at Wizeline is by establishing an inclusive culture from the start. We communicate a very clear policy that every single leader in the company is behind. Then we train everyone on professional behavior, how to identify non-inclusive behaviors, how to prevent issues like discrimination and harassment from occurring. So I think from my experience, this is the best way of handling it is through prevention and training.
Question number 7. What do you think is the best part of picking up women in tech industry?
The tech industry has created a knowledge economy and also e-enablement. So this, I believe, provides an optimum environment where people can excel based solely on their mental skills rather than being judged by physical traits. I think that regardless of whether you're a woman or a man, you're able to demonstrate your mental abilities in the tech industry.
Number 8. Do you notice a lack of women in technology field? If so, why do you think that's the case?
Yes, definitely. We know that there's a lack of women in technology. I think we need to encourage more women to choose technology as a field of study. Right now, I don't really see a lot of companies, Wizeline definitely we are not, as well as other software companies that are preventing women from getting into the technology field. We are all looking to improve that. However, it goes back to school and having women choose this as a field of study. So I think this starts with not having enough role models in schools. And I think that if schools hire more females as teachers and administrators of STEM courses, this could really make a difference in females choosing the technology field and parents encouraging them to do so.
Question number 9. What is your leadership style as a female leader?
I'm not sure if my leadership style reflects the fact that I am a female. It probably does reflect that, as well as my upbringing and what I've learned at work. I've certainly made a lot of mistakes in my career and continue to work on my leadership style based on ongoing feedback and the situation and the environment. So having said this, I have in the past few years, because we do 360 feedback and upward feedback, I have been consistently told that I tend to be direct. I do maintain integrity. I think that's clearly part of my job. And I get things done collaboratively.
Question number 10. In emerging economies and developing countries, there's still some prejudice against women, particularly for women as leaders. What advice would you like to give to those women who are trying to build up their own career?
I think the advice I'd give is be yourself. Don't try to be or emulate a male or a man in that environment. And also to develop strong analytical and communication skills where you are able to demonstrate your capability through results and metrics. And also be able to talk about team accomplishments in a way where people really want to follow you. And that's based on your ability to get trust and respect as well as outcomes, instead of bragging about your accomplishments or competing with others. There are very few opportunities for leadership roles, but I think if you address it not in a competing way, but in demonstrating your ability to have people follow you, that will work. And I also think it's probably a more sensitive or controversial topic, but it probably needs to be addressed. I also think it's important to be able to manage emotions effectively. As humans, we have emotions and we need to understand that. But be mindful of what you're feeling and the potential effect that it could have on others so in order to kind of manage that. And the other thing is that it's important to dress for the part that you want. We all want to demonstrate who we are and our style through the way that we dress, but also be aware that if you want to achieve a leadership role, you want to dress for that part.
2, 3.
Thanks again. Really appreciate this opportunity. This is Sung Hae Kim from Wizeline, and have a great day.